Alright, so these are going to be the finals for the first season of the Ironreach Starcraft League. As we all know, Zerg is a very balanced race, so it'll be a ZVZ between LiterallyBismarck and Skitter. It'll be a best of 5. And with me casting is Nothership.
Yep. So in the top left we have the blue Zerg, literally Biz, and in the top right we have the other blue Zerg. They could have picked different colors to make this easier, but no.
Yeah, this is yeah, but at least we have literally Biz is Stepman's synthetic Zerg. Simulant, sorry.
Yep.
And Nukenoodles is the normal Zerg.
So that is a good question. What is this map?
So for the finals, I gave them a map pool of the greatest maps to hit the StarCraft 2 ladder. And this is Battle of the Boardwalk, with a very open natural that has a long path that is very normal to get to the enemy base, as well as a short path. And it is pretty much impossible to wall, which if you saw me versus Nukenoodles, you will have seen that.
Oh, and it has these gold bases in the bottom, which
Yeah, which didn't see much use in me versus Nukenoodles, but are also another path to the enemy base, assuming you can destroy the rocks in the middle. Huh, they are actually a super safe natural. A super safe gold natural that none of us noticed.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're difficult to defend against harassment and stuff because they're super far away from the rest of your bases. But
they are saved from with rocks, so
yeah.
Huh. Lesson learned for the future. If anyone's on this map, natural expand to the gold base.
Yeah. They get progressively more difficult to defend as the game goes on because they're so distant, but the rocks make it very difficult to mess with them if you just go there first.
Yeah.
And then we have these Zelnaga watchtowers that overlook from the top path overlook the central path.
Yeah, and the central path is a very nice little beach boardwalk with all of these beds and I don't remember what those umbrellas are called. Words are hard. Anyway, 4 Mecha Zerg are going to cross the map. Yeah, they're slow, but Bismarck does have speed before Skitter does. And
one drone goes down, it looks like.
Yeah, maybe. 1 drone for 2 Zerglings. That is an even trade. Though there is now also a drone chasing these Zerglings. If they turn back, they can kill it.
It has continued chasing them as there we go.
That was some Scooby-Doo movement. At the exact same time, both players realized what was happening. And Bismarck also is going to add a drone to his group of Zerglings. 2 drones. And they head back, realizing that they're not Zerglings. And yeah, this looks like a very normal ZVZ.
Yep. Zerglings attacking the natural, getting some drones, Banelings completing.
Yeah.
And forcing the Zerglings out.
ZVZ is very relaxing. Nothing stressful at all about this Baneling-Zergling interplay.
Nope. This is what I look for a good, relaxing game of StarCraft.
Yeah. Nukenoodles is expanding to the gold base. Which, if you can see, their incomes aren't very different, actually. Like, Nukenoodles has... Sorry, not Nukenoodles. Bismarck is only slightly lower, and it was Bismarck who expanded to the gold base. have very, very similar incomes, as I said, even though Noodles is mining with 12 drones in this expansion. Wow. Words are hard right now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Great casting.
Yeah. Then again, classic ZVZ, you expand to a gold base and then lose all of your drones in a Zergling run by.
Yeah. But the advantage is slowly going to... Oh no, it was Nukenoodles. I got confused. I was confused when I said Bismarck.
Yeah.
Blue Zergs are confusing, as you said.
They're both blue Zergs. Why would they do this to us? They must want us to suffer just as much as they are.
Yeah. So they're both on 3 bases, but that gold mining base is definitely going to be on Nukenoodles' side.
Yeah. Biz is taking a more traditional third, to the extent that anything on this map can be called traditional.
Yeah. This map kind of makes you regret traditional layouts. I think all of these maps for today will. Not a single map in the map pool for the finals is a normal map.
And Biz's Overseer is going to find the gold base.
Yep. Sees the gold base. The Queen tells it off, but it saw what it saw. Now the question is, will Bismarck try to kill it through rocks or something? Bismarck is loading up on roaches. Roach speed and attack is on the way. Okay, both players have pretty much moved on to roaches. And yeah, it looks like these Zerglings are
moving out with small groups of Zerglings to attack each other's gold bases. Unfortunately for Nuke, Biz does not have a gold base to attack, so...
Yeah, though that will be a backdoor to the main. And Biz doesn't quite get the concept of water and height differences, so he can't get to the gold base. Yeah, this definitely looks like Nukenoodles pretty much has an advantage purely because he knows the map better.
Yep. And Biz is moving out with roaches.
Yeah.
Very small skirmish.
Yeah.
A couple of banelings die, but no serious losses on either side.
Yeah. Instead, these Zerglings come in, and they do some damage to Bismarck's third.
A lot of drones dead, yeah.
Yeah. Nukenoodles just has a huge mining edge right now. And new drone getting ready to become another base.
We have a couple of Zerglings attacking Nuke's gold base.
Yeah. Though I think with that amount of drones you could out-micro and kill them. But he's not even trying.
And a roach fight in the top. Biz being forced back. And morphing some Ravagers.
Roach Ravager is never a bad idea. I just thought of like a few places where it's a bad idea. It's not great versus Banshees, but other than Banshees and Mutalisks, yeah.
And Roach Ravager fight. A couple of roaches make their way into the main, but are probably going to be cleaned up very quickly.
They get cleaned up. They don't even target fire the drones to really get rid of them. And yeah. I mean, Nukenoodles is still at a huge army advantage.
Loading up some overlords with drops to attack the gold base.
Sure, why not?
It's not going to work because there are 3 roaches and a queen here, which I believe beats 5 Zerglings.
Yeah,
but
4 roaches, but
4
nope,
roaches.
9 roaches.
Ironreach just beats 5 Zerglings, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert on ZVZ, but you can quote me on that.
Alright, so Nukenoodles is trying to multi-prong. The problem is that the prongs are arriving at different times. So you just wasted a decent amount of roaches. I didn't count.
Yeah.
And now let's see how much damage these roaches will do. No, there isn't really that much important tech in the main, or and it's already getting mined out. So
Yep.
yeah,
Fighting on lots of fronts, but Biz's Roach Ravager army is winning most of its fights, and Nuke's smaller groups of units are not finding great opportunities to deal damage while the army is elsewhere.
yeah. Nuke's also finally starting to lose the mining war.
This
Alright, that is a... Sorry?
There was a queen just hanging out on the boardwalk. Died. And now the roaches are... That is some good file connections. Yeah.
Yeah, that was some really good bile shots, and the army supply is about to equalize.
Yep.
There is a slight upgrade advantage to Biz, but yeah, Biz gets pushed back. Thing is that Biz has a huge drone advantage, is also going to get a gold base now.
Yep.
And is at the same army supply while having slightly better upgrades. So this has really become his game. I mean, it's all still open, especially in a matchup this swingy, but yeah.
Ravagers trying to creep their way through the narrow boardwalk. And another Roach Ravager fight.
Nice bile hit there. And another...
Yep.
No, that one was a very near miss. And nice bile hit on his own army.
Yep. And the concave. This is not looking great for Biz here.
No. This is a very dead army.
Yeah.
And these roaches are trickling in, and Biz GG's.
And drones are pulled to attack, not that it matters.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright. That was game 1. Now we'll be on game 2. Which is on Olrena. Which for some reason isn't loading a map. So I don't actually know the map very well. I know that it's generally not that friendly.
Well, we will take a look at it and see what we find. Oh, it's this one. Okay, yep, I remember this map.
So on the top left, the cyan Zerg, or teal, or turquoise. It's Skitter, Nukenoodles. And on the bottom left, the blue Mecha Zerg. The Pigpen's LiterallyBismarck. So now looking at this map, the first thing that we see is the island, the gold island, but also there's another gold base on the other side of the map. And a very narrow path that is very short, as well as longer paths. One blocked by rocks, and one that goes through the gold base.
The defining feature of this map seems to be that both players are on the left, and as you go further right, the paths of attack get progressively wider and safer, but also much longer.
Yeah. Wait, it was Biz who... It was Nukenoodles who won last round, right? Or was it Biz?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, right. Oops. So, I'd accidentally put Biz as... I messed up with the scores. So... Yeah, both players, very standard normal builds.
Yep. We have overlords wandering around the map, naturals, spawning pools. Everything looks normal.
Yeah. Both getting that's 8 Zerglings, 8 supply. No, that's 4 Zerglings.
Yep. Zerglings, queens, Zergling speed.
Yeah. One side got
Classic.
a faster Zergling speed. The other side is sending Zerglings. Oh no. The Zerglings don't see each other, or do they? No, they do.
They do see each other. Classic ZVZ Zergling skirmish.
Yep. They smacked each other a little and then ran away. Like street cats.
And now 6 Zerglings versus 4 Zerglings. And surprise, surprise, more Zerglings beats less Zerglings.
Yeah, especially with the queen helping. But it did help
Yeah.
scout, I guess. See that the natural exists.
And walling the ramp with evolution chambers, pressuring the third.
This one Zergling stuck behind the wall doesn't quite realize that it could go around. Yeah. 2 more Zerglings join it, but one figures it out, another one figures it out. Yeah, this is yeah, so you know how you have these old TV shows that were filmed on like 4/3 ratio, something, and now they put them on DVDs or digital, and they're on today's ratio, the widescreen. But when you see a scene where someone's like at a fence, you can see them in modern releases that the fence isn't full.
Yep.
I don't know if you've like seen that. Jekyll's got a great example of that. Anyway, so that's what this wall reminds me of.
Yep. And here we just have a lot of Zerglings attacking Biz's third. And denying Biz's Banelings.
Yeah. And that it took down a third. That was a very good takedown. And into the natural.
And that's going to be a lot of drone kills.
Yeah.
This
is a ton of
not
damage.
looking good for Biz here.
And yeah,
Yeah.
GG comes down. So that is a very decisive 2-0 to Nukenoodles here. However, this is a best of 5 and not a best of 3, so we should have more games. I didn't even get to comment on on Olnar being a very, very cool tile set, but oh well.
Okay. Redshift. What nonsense is there in this map?
It does have these very nice gold bases that I can see in the loading screen, but well, look at it. On the bottom left, the teal Zerg with the normal skin. Skitter, or Nukenoodles.
And in the top left, the blue Zerg. Bismarck. So, looking at this map, the gold naturals that are open to attack from
behind the
the
mineral line. Yeah. Very good that neither of these players is Terran or Protoss. Otherwise, that could be abused.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose you could do roaches or something, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they choose the normal expansion.
Yep. Both opting for the non-gold natural.
Yeah. Zolnaga Tower in between, and yeah, all these other bases look fairly normal.
Yeah, this is... Aside from the weird gold naturals, this is almost a normal map.
Yeah. Nukenoodles does agree in Twitch chat, says that this is the most normal map.
Alright. Standard Zerg early game going on here.
Yeah. I'm just looking at these red trees. I mean, I thought Redshift would be like about movement, that was going to be what the map was named after. But no, it looks like it's just this lab in a very red area.
Yeah. I mean, the red plants are, like, aesthetically nice, I guess, but...
Yeah. I'm actually reminded of The Last Jedi. With the salt planet.
I can see it.
Yeah.
And we've got Queens and Zergling Speed, all of the classics.
Yeah. Nukenoodles is always a little bit late with Zergling Speed.
Yeah.
Unless it's... Wow, this is gonna be a fast... This is gonna be a fast lair. So is this gonna be Spire?
Well, if it's something other than Zergling Baneling slap fights, then
Yeah, this looks like... Alright, so yeah, this looks like it's gonna be roaches. But this is a very fast lair for roaches.
Yep.
Okay, Zerglings managed to run into the main. Break through the wall. Yeah, this is very hard to wall off. That was nice that one Zergling just got smacked by another one on its way up and died.
So...
There are two Zerglings hiding in the corner of Bismarck's third.
Yep.
Skitter, in the meantime, is going for roaches, roach speed, roach attack.
This Overlord being chased away.
Yeah. It always feels vindictive when queens go off creep to chase an Overlord.
Yeah.
They're not good at it, but they're going to do it just because.
So... And that Overlord kill has supply blocked nuke.
Yeah. Is that Spinecrawler in Nuke's wall a certain skin? Because it looks too mechanical, but his other buildings don't have skins.
Make it through the wall.
And they're gonna attack that gold natural.
They're gonna deny this gold base, yep.
Yeah, so I take back what I said about it being safe for Zerg. This wasn't the way I thought it would work, but, you know.
Yeah, I mean... I'm not sure there's anything that any race can do to prevent units from walking down the ramp from the main into the gold base.
Yeah. Some BM from Bismarck. And these roaches let the Zerglings by.
Just walk past the roaches.
And they're going to turn into Banelings and head to the mineral line. Bismarck just isn't going to let Nuke rest.
Okay. Okay, the roaches do show up and and we have a spire that is finished for Nuke, and I'm not sure it was scouted.
Yeah, we can look.
It has not been scouted.
It has not been scouted. But it is a pretty serious transition to go from roaches to mutalisks, which is why Nuke only seems to have 4.
Yeah.
5 now. And you definitely need a lot, especially when your opponent is going roaches.
Yeah. That being said, Biz is building 3 spine crawlers at the front, which will not help with the mutalisks. So.
Nope. But it looks like he's going to run in with...
just as the mutas arrive.
Yeah. 4 mutas.
Immediately, spores go down.
Yeah. And queens are being built.
And Biz moves out with the roaches.
Yeah, that's the problem with going air versus roaches. That the roach move out is just going to be much stronger than your air army in most situations.
Yeah. 1 spine and like a dozen roaches is not going to be enough to hold this.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, Skidder has, sorry, Bismarck has had a very good concave there.
Yeah.
Had Skidder's wall working against him. But yeah, is chased off. And yeah, but there is a spore now in every base.
2 spores,
3.
it looks like. 3 in the 3rd.
Yeah. So yeah, that's going to be a Nidus.
That's a Nidus worm. Okay.
Yeah.
In addition to the mutas, this is sure we're just doing everything now.
Yeah. Why not?
2 roaches in the Nidus worm.
2 roaches, but yeah.
Okay, there we go. There are some more roaches now. And Biz is going to find this Nidus worm.
Yeah, but there is a critical mass of mutalisks finally. And they scout out a place for another Nidus worm.
Yep.
And it's not quite a critical mass. It can be lowered. But it's
Biz
enough.
does not see it, and the mutas are
And the mutas
drawing
are
the
not going to
attention
do
of
very well.
roaches.
Yeah. Roaches
But
are going...
I think Biz will be able to clean this up.
On purely army size, he will. The question is...
Especially if half of Nuke's roaches are attacking the hatchery instead of the roaches.
Yeah, the question was going to be what damage Nuke can do.
And it looks like not a lot.
Yeah. Plus the mutalisks aren't taking advantage of this. And yeah, it's time for the Roach Tango, where they're going to need to move out to everywhere that there's a Nidus. But they do realize where it's coming next, and
Queens push the mutas back, the roaches push the Nidus worm back.
And another Nidus worm spawns here. Would be cool to see one in the gold base, I think.
Yeah. Although trying to engage up the ramp that's mostly blocked could be very dangerous. And trying to retreat back down it once the army arrives is also messy.
There are Hydralisks. I'm not sure I like the Hydralisks in right now, unless unless the plan is to turn them into lurkers. But the number advantage matters, I guess. Yeah.
And a Nidoswarm finishes, but does not have many roaches in it.
Yeah. No, actually, Hydralisks are a good idea, especially with Mutalisks. That was nonsense.
Yeah.
I mean, Lurkers will be incredible versus the Roach Waves, but they're not necessary for this.
And Biz can just move across the map with it. Okay. Another wave of roaches attacking the third. That's doing
He can move
meaningful
across the
damage.
map. He could also just macro up, get much more drones. I mean, there's definitely an economy lead for Nukenoodles right now.
And we see the Nidoswarm in the gold base finally.
Yeah. And these Hydralisks.
Hydras take out half the mutas.
Yeah. They got half the mutas, don't take any damage, and this is just an A-move army that is very difficult to beat. Not impossible.
Nuke is forced to bring back the roach waves and try to defend, but this does not look like a winning fight for Nuke.
Yeah. I mean, roaches trade very well against Hydras alone, but the Hydras aren't alone.
Yep. And that looks like probably game.
Yeah. There are roaches in Bismarck's main, but
the queens are going to be able to clean them up, it looks like.
Yeah. And GG. Bismarck wins. That is 2-1.
That is 2-1. Alright, well if that was the most normal map, what do we have now?
Yeah. Our next map is New Gettysburg, which actually is also not a terrible map. As you can see, it does seem to be a much more normal layout on this.
Well, that looks normal enough, at least from preview. And Biz has finally had mercy on us and chosen a different color.
Yes, so now on the bottom right, the purple Zerg, literally Bismarck.
And in the bottom left, the cyan Zerg, or I can just say the blue Zerg now because we only have the one, Nukenoodles, also known as Skitter.
Yeah. So as you can see, this map has 2 island bases, except they're not islands, they're just towers.
Yep. And we have this narrow path in the bottom, and then the rock. So it's sort of like the whatever the one was from earlier, with the 2 different paths, but not quite as extreme.
It's a little bit like Ulrena, I guess. Battle of the Boardwalk, you mean? Yeah, but it's a little bit like Ulrena in how it's set up.
Yeah.
Except
that was the one I was with the islands, and then the narrow path, and then the rocks, and then the
wide path.
Wide path, yeah.
And then the gold base, yeah. Except, this is a mirror on a vertical axis and not on a horizontal axis, I think. Yeah. Or maybe the opposite. I don't know how they measure these axes.
And also, it's a lot wider than that other one was tall, so even the short paths are still pretty long.
Yeah. Problem with ZVZ is that none of these players are really taking advantage of the islands or the weird bases. I mean, we don't see Nidus Swarmhost, which could have been really funny.
Yeah. Well, Nidus Swarmhost requires you to not die to Zerglings, and
Yeah.
that's been difficult so far.
Yeah, that's always difficult, not dying to Zerglings when the other player really wants you to die to Zerglings.
Or sometimes you don't die to Zerglings because they want to kill you with roaches instead.
Yeah.
ZVZ is brutal.
Yeah. Also, I mean, all I'm gonna say is that the two strongest players in the league are Zerg. Maybe it's because Zerg is OP, and not because, not because of other reasons. The only reason that I lost is because Zerg is OP.
Yeah. Sure, we can go with that.
Really, Protoss needs stronger Void Rays.
Stronger Void Rays don't really help with not dying to Zerglings.
They do if they're gateway units.
I suppose that's true. And I am all for being able to build Void Rays out of a gateway.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
There are already Zerglings running across the map, did some damage, and are coming in to do more.
Yep.
They might get the Baneling Nest. Nope. Okay.
Nope. I decided not to go for the Baneling Nest instead.
Imagine if Skitter had been brave and killed the Baneling Nest. But no. Yep. I didn't even count how many drones that was. Sadly. And yeah, and Skitter's just at 11 workers and trying to flood with Zerglings. And
it looks like actually no drone kills.
No, there was at least one, but I mean,
workers killed says 0-0.
Oh, really? Well,
yeah.
All right. Anyway, Bismarck's already got Banelings. He's got a huge worker lead.
Yeah.
He's definitely past the danger point here.
And Zergling fights on the narrow bridge.
Yeah. Sending Zerglings into scout. And yeah, Skitter's trying to drone up, but Bismarck's just at such a lead. Got 11 drones on the 33 to 15.
Yep.
No, all-ins. I mean, all-ins are all-ins. You don't mess up with them. They either succeed or they fail. And
Biz has Banelings, which should... Oh, a couple of Zerglings slip past.
Yeah.
Banelings wander off to go defend the third and allow these Zerglings to kill the queens and maybe do some drone damage.
Those were some very inefficient Banelings.
It looks like 2 drone kills, which is less than ideal.
Yeah. Does look like Skitter is slowly catching up, but Biz is already on on one more base. I don't know why that was so hard to say.
Yeah, this looks like a fairly substantial lead for Biz, killing off a queen, morphing some Banelings in Skitter's base. Yeah.
Yeah. GG goes down. Alright, so that was 2-2. And the last map got some cussing in the Discord.
Yeah. All I know about this map is the conversations that I have seen in the Discord, and I am excited and scared.
The N was messing up F10N to surrender. Yeah. So this is the Sun Station. Now, you can see that the middle path is much shorter between the bases, and a reasonable, logical map maker would say that the middle path is, blocked by rocks, which it is not.
I guess not.
So this map has the single shortest rush distance of any map that was ever in Legacy of the Void. It's also got these this lab where they experiment on Zerg.
It's got these gold naturals that are along the rush. What is this map?
And yeah, that must have been a really fun ladder to play. 1 out of 7 games, your opponent just rushes you. Oh, there's an Ursadon in the bottom right corner. I'm sure this bottom right base will see a lot of usage. Oh wait, it actually might. It's literally the same base as the main.
Yeah. This
Nothing.
is, and then we've got these. Yeah. All right.
You're welcome.
Well, let's see what happens. Who gets murderized?
So it does look like Skitter is just gonna go for the one base all in. Not even gonna bother fake expanding. We did miss, by the way, that last game was the 13-12. It was the Scarlet fake out build.
Yeah. And Zerglings making their way across the map.
Yeah. Gotta take advantage of that rush distance.
Bine going down in Biz's mineral line.
Yeah, I mean, normally you'd put a spine, like, behind a wall, except this map.
Yep, this is a map. Banlingus going down for Nuke.
And I made Bismarck pool first for the first time in his life. And expansion going down for Nuke. Gold expansion. You know, to get the Zerglings there an extra 5 seconds faster.
Yeah. I mean, it works. Your opponent can't attack your gold base if you're killing them.
Yeah. So, oh
Banlings
no!
make their way into the mineral line, and
Got 2 drones.
surprisingly little damage.
Yeah, that is very little damage considering the amount of damage that almost happened.
Yeah. And we have more Banelings morphing on the low ground.
Yeah, both players are getting Banelings. This is going to be the hallmark of a relaxing ZVZ. And yeah, the Spinecrawler moves to block entrance to the mineral line. And that was an incredible Baneling. Yeah.
Does get the other Baneling before it connects. But...
and that Baneling and Biz's Baneling kills all of Skitter's Zerglings.
Yeah, so. This is why I do not play Zerg.
Oh.
Binecrawler, it looks like, dies to a Baneling.
Yeah.
Which is a thing that happens at...
And okay. There's a Baneling that's free to run into the mineral line.
What? Being chased out, yep.
And it sacrifices itself to deal some damage to a drone. That's going to heal itself.
This is a map and a game.
Yes. I am very proud.
Well, at least you've given us a bunch of Baneling hits that we can point the camera at and say, wow, look at that, over and over, until eventually someone dies.
None of these Baneling hits are like, both players have sort of given up. These Baneling hits aren't super efficient. They're getting, 1 or 2 Zerglings at a time. but I mean, both players really need to stop them.
Yep.
I
We
mean,
all
some
know
of them were.
StarCraft in its purest form is just watching banelings explode.
I mean, some of them were.
One baneling hits two banelings.
And then, yeah. There were a few Baneling hits that, like, killed every Zergling imaginable. One Zergling, like, absolutely flies off the ramp.
And we have Nuke
Oh,
actually transitioning into a normal-looking two-base-ish thing, walling off with evolution chambers.
yeah. Kind of disgusting, honestly. I expected better of him. Anyway, if you look at it, there's a Tauren Marine inside of a cloning chamber. But, yeah,
Yep.
that looks like these Zerglings are going to work through that spine crawler.
And, oh, huge baneling connection.
I
This is
missed
main.
that. I
Look at the
totally
mineral
missed
line.
that. Yeah, there's.
Yep.
I was just looking at these banelings here that killed a few
What is this game?
something. So yeah, this map should go back into the ladder pool, I think.
No. That's all I'm gonna say on the subject.
You know what's really nice? The air rush distance is like a third because this is the longest route that's possible.
Yeah, I guess.
This could have been much worse or better.
See, like, a part of me looks at this map and wants to, like, take this long path around and, like, proxy a Stargate here. And a part of me wants to not do that because I will die to Zerglings before I can.
And the thing is that a proxied Stargate won't actually be that much faster than a normal Stargate.
Yeah, I guess.
And that's the advantage of proxying, it's faster. But, yeah. I mean, Bismarck is kind of facing a really difficult Roche fight here.
Yeah. Nuke has managed to keep the gold base mining
Yeah,
and done a lot of damage to business economy.
sorry. Yeah. These roaches are trying to stutter step with these Zerglings, though that doesn't quite matter. And yeah, they're gonna get surrounded and killed.
Yep.
Let's see what's next for Skitter. More roaches, a few banelings. And yeah,
The wall still holds.
Bismarck's gonna need to work through that wall, and he won't.
Yep.
It's funny because there's a SimCity in the main, a wall in the natural. Let's see. Let's see where they take this next. I mean,
Well, the wall is making it so that we probably will not get any more banelings just walking into people's bases.
unless you have enough to break through the wall.
Yeah.
But Nukenoodles is going to tier 2.
And Biz is taking a gold base.
And Biz is taking a third. So this has become a very normal macro game.
Nuke, it appears, went to go try to take a third and then reconsidered.
But Biz is going to kill the rocks and run to kill and try to get into the base. Yeah. Bypass the wall. Very normal game.
And this Ravager cocoon is blocking the roaches into the wall.
Yeah.
So we've got a Roach Ravager move out, it looks like.
Yeah, Roach Ravager move out, and a Zergling move out about to happen. 100 health away on the rocks.
Only a handful of Zerglings, but... And it looks like they were spotted by this Overlord.
Yeah. But will there be any defense? Oof, the Ravagers ran ahead and are going to die. Ravagers have less life than Roaches.
Yep. And
that was a misclick. Destroyed the rock. There are Zerglings in the main, but the Spine Crawler gets them. And the Sim City is also doing its job. And yeah.
And Nuke is trying to engage up this ramp, and it looks like getting there.
Yeah, Nuke won.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
That was a game to end this series.
Yes. And the undisputed Ironreach Starcraft League champion is Nukenoodles. Congratulations. And you can only do it because of this map, because of this excellent map you played on.
So the real winner of this series is, of course, Dasan Station.
Exactly. And
I cannot think of a worse, better way to end this tournament.